Hey, brothers and sisters. Got a little interesting nugget video for you. I was a little tense and trying to bring up another video because my last one got deleted, and I didn't even realize I had already had a strike on my channel. Uh, I'm there have been, I guess they deleted another video I didn't even know about, which I had made a long time ago, and then they deleted the last one I just made, which took me forever to make. Um, So this one I'm going to have to be a little more candid, but hopefully it will get through to you. It has to do with King Nebuchadnezzar's dream, and this actually came together for me at 3 o'clock in the morning. So it's pretty interesting. It has to do with the dream which Daniel had to decipher for him or interpret for him with the statue, and it has to do with the clay and iron feet. Okay, so the only way we can really get into this is to do it through the scriptures, which is the best way, right? So we're gonna get into that dream, this Daniel chapter 2. Trust me, you're gonna want to stick around. This is pretty interesting. This is really, really interesting. Like, I was blown away when I saw this, okay? And I can't show you everything. At the end of this video, you're going to have to look at the attachments and watch another video for all this to make sense. But for now, during this video, you're going to have to just go along with it and believe what I'm saying until you watch, or at least understand what I'm saying until you watch the video that I attach, okay? So we're going to go into Daniel chapter 2, verses 1 through 3. And it reads, "And in the second year of the kingship of Nebuchadnezzar, Nebuchadnezzar dreamed dreams, and his spirit began to feel agitated, and his very sleep was made to be something beyond him. So the king said to call the magic practicing priests and the conjurers and the sorcerers and the Chaldeans to tell the king his dreams, and they proceeded to come in and stand before the king. Then the king said to them, 'There is a dream that I have dreamed, and my spirit is agitated to know the dream.'" Okay, then as we know, if you read a little bit further, nobody could interpret the dream until they brought in Daniel, right? Okay, so let's find out what the dream was. Okay, Daniel 2:31 through 35. Okay, bear with me here. And it says, "You, O king, happened to be beholding, and look, a certain immense image. That image was large, and the brightness of which was," excuse me while I turn the page. "The image which was large and extraordinary was standing in front of you, and its appearance was dreadful. As regards that image, its head was of good gold, its breasts, its arms were of silver, its belly and its thighs were of copper, its legs were of iron, its feet were partly of iron and partly of molded clay. You kept on looking until a stone was cut out, not by hands, and it struck the image on its feet of iron and of molded clay and crushed them. At that time the iron, the molded clay, the copper, the silver, and the gold were all together crushed and became like the chaff from the summer threshing floor, and the wind carried them away so that no trace at all was found of them. And as for the stone that struck the image, it became a large mountain and filled the whole earth." Okay, now we go into the interpretation. Okay, so let's read 2:36 through 44. And trust me, you're going to want to stick around for the end of this because this is really exciting, okay? Because I saw something that applies to exactly what's happening right now. All right, 36 through 44. And this is Daniel's interpretation of the dream that he received from his father, right? Our Heavenly Father. "This is a dream, and its interpretation we shall say before the king. You, O king, the King of kings, you to whom the Father of heaven has given the kingdom, the might, the strength, and the dignity, and into whose hand he has given, wherever the sons of man are dwelling, the beasts of the field and the winged creatures of the heavens, and whom he made you ruler over all them, and yourself are the head of gold. And after you there will rise another kingdom inferior to you, and another kingdom, a third one of copper, that will rule over the whole earth. And verse 40, and as for the fourth kingdom, it will prove to be strong like iron, for as much iron is crushing and grinding everything else, so like iron that shatters, it will crush and shatter even all these. And whereas you beheld the feet and the toes to be partly molded of clay in a potter, and partly of iron, the kingdom itself will prove to be divided, but somewhat of the hardness of iron will prove to be in it. For as much you beheld the iron mixed with moist clay. And as for the toes of the feet, being partly of iron and partly of molded clay, the kingdom will partly prove to be strong and will prove to be fragile. Whereas you beheld iron mixed with moist clay, they will come to be mixed with the offspring of mankind. Pay attention to this, but they will not prove to be sticking together. This is one to that one, just as iron is not mixing with molded clay. Verse 44, and in the days of those kings, the God of heaven, or the Father of heaven, will set up a kingdom that will never be brought to ruin, and the kingdom itself will not be passed to any other people. It will crush and put an end to all these kingdoms, and itself will stand to times indefinite. Okay, so we all should know, at least most of us probably watching this channel, that we are in the last part of that dream, the feet, which is iron mixed with clay, right? Okay, this is the crux of this whole video, what I'm about to say. Okay, what I found out, and this is visually proven in the video I'm going to attach. Okay, the what that people are getting right in there, right, is proven to have iron in it. Okay, little pieces of iron, which is causing people's health to deteriorate. Okay, and their white blood cells are surrounding it and just completely causing organs to fail. Okay, so think about that. Okay, what are we made out of? Right, we're made out of dust. Right, that Adam came from the dust until our Heavenly Father blew into his nostrils and created life from him. Right, and dust is clay. Right, I mean our Father's also known as the hands that are molding the pottery. Right, and we are the clay. Right, and they are trying to mix iron into us, iron into the clay, which won't mix. It won't work. Right, what's going to happen to us if we are mixed with something like iron? We all know our bodies are going to reject that, right? So just think about that. Okay, that's pretty interesting, because as we know, a lot of the prophecies that come true happen to be come true in more than one way. A lot of times they're physical and spiritual. Sometimes they're symbolic, but just like the revelation sign that we saw in the heavens, right? Our Father seems to make things so obvious to us, where it's both physical and spiritual and emotional in every way, so that his prophecies cannot be doubted. They come true in all ways, really. So please look for the video I'm about to attach, because it's going to show a breakdown of people that have died shortly after getting this. You know what I mean, right? Shortly after getting that, they've done autopsies on some of them, and they've taken blood samples from them, and they found iron pieces in there with white blood cells completely whacked out trying to attack it, and organs failing right after they get this. Okay, iron mixed with us, the clay. Okay, so please look at the attached video, come to your own conclusion, go to prayer on this, because this is pretty crazy. This is insane. So I thought you'd all like to see this. And please, like I said, you have to watch the video attached for this all to make sense. They actually show the blood samples. You can see it for your own eyes so that you don't have to take my word for it. It's literal proof, okay? These are doctors that have taken these samples and are showing them. And trust me, if anything's going to get these channels taken off, it'll be things like that, because they do not want this truth coming out. Okay, so I want you all to look at it while you can and share it with others. Share this video with as many other people and tell them to look at the attached video under the links, okay? All right, I love you all, brothers and sisters, and I'll talk to you later. Love you. Bye.